Dear students, in this video, we will understand what is an inverse of a function, and also we will find the inverse of the given function. Let us check the definition. If a function f is defined from x to y, be a bijective function. If this is a bijective function, what is a bijective function? A function which is both 1, 1 and onto is called a bijective function. If f is a bijective function, then we can always find a function g from y to x. Please check the sets. Here x and y are domain and codomain sets, and for the function g, the domain and codomain gets interchanged. Y becomes the domain and set x becomes the codomain set. Defined by g of y. G of y is equal to x provided f of x is equal to y. That is, if f of x is equal to y, and if we can understand that f is a bijective function, then we can always find a function g such that g of y is equal to x. Then this function is called inverse of the function f. So we can call this function as an invertible function. That is, if this is a bijective function, inverse of a function can be defined from y to x. How is this defined? If f of x is equal to y, then f inverse of y is equal to x, which is same as this. That is, if function f is defined from x to y, function g or its inverse is defined from y to x. How do we check it is invertible? If the composition of the function f and f inverse happens to be identity function. At the same time, f inverse circle f is also an identity function. In that case, we can conclude that f inverse is a... In matrices chapter, we had understood if a matrix is multiplied by its inverse matrix, what we get is an identity matrix. In binary operation also, while learning the inverse, we had understood A inverse. Any element is multiplied by its inverse. What we get is an identity element for that binary operation on that particular set. Similarly, in this case also, f circle f inverse is an identity function. F inverse circle f is again an identity function. Suppose instead of inverse, if we are calling this as function g, then how do we check the invertibility of a function? We have to check that g circle f should be an identity function and f circle g also should be an identity function. In this case, first f mapping happens. What is the domain set of f? It is x. So it is identity x. You start with x and after 2 mapping, you get the result as x itself. That is identity function. Now in this f circle g, g mapping happens first. Which is the domain set of the function g? It is y. So identity is y. This is the logic we are going to use for the next 2 sums. Now, this is a very important example. It appears for 5 marks in part D of the Karnataka PU Board question paper. So, it's a very important question. Such sums appear for 5 marks. I'm not telling you this only will appear. Such sums will appear for 5 marks. It is very easy to understand. Dear students, I have made a separate video on definition of composition of functions. If you have any doubt on definition of composition of functions, please check that and then come back and watch this. Now, let us start now. We'll call this function f of x is equal to y. So we can write this as f of x is equal to y, but f of x we are given as 4x square plus 12x plus 15. Let us call this as equation 1. We will complete this square because we are given a quadratic equation. First, we have to express x in terms of y. For that, we will write this as 2x whole square. Now, this can be written as, this is a square and we can write this as 2ab. So, this is 2. A, we have understood that it is 2x. B is 3. Correct? 4, 3s are 12. Plus, so if this happens to be 3, then we can write this as 9 plus 6. Now, grouping this gives us 2x plus 3 whole square plus 6. Now, in the LHS, this is equal to y, which is also equal to f of x. Let us call this as equation 2. If you check, equation 1 and equation 2, both are same, but there is a small change in the form after completing this square. So, whenever I have to use f of x, instead of using equation 1, I will use equation 2. Now, let us simplify this for x, which will be y minus 6 is equal to 2x plus 3 whole square. So, this will be 2x plus 3 plus or minus root of y minus 6. So this will be root of y minus 6 minus 3. So x will be plus or minus root of y minus 6 minus 3 whole divided by 2. Now there are two values possible for x. That is x is equal to root y minus 6 minus 3 whole divided by 2, or x is also equal to root of y minus 6 minus 3 whole divided by 2. So if you check, this is a negative value. And where does x belong to? X belongs to set of natural numbers. So this cannot be negative. So we have to consider this only. And it is a real number. It is a real value, not a complex number. So at the same time, y is greater than or equal to 6. It has to be greater than or equal to 6. So we are considering the value of x to be root of y minus 6 minus 3 whole divided by 2. Let us call this as equation 3. We have expressed x in terms of y. Let us define the function g. Let us define function g. From which set to which set? Now you check this in the question. It is given that show that f from n to s. So we are not considering this real numbers as the codomain. We are considering the set s, which is the range of the function f. So let me write it here. F is from n to s. If f is from n to s, then we are defining g from s to n. Okay. So this is from s to n. How are we defining this? It is g of y is equal to, this whole thing we will be writing, root of y minus 6 minus 3 whole divided by 2. I am calling this as equation 4. Now we have two functions. We'll check the composition of these two functions. First, let us check g circle f. G circle f, g of f of x. As I told you before, I will not be substituting from equation 1. I will be substituting from equation 2, which is, look at the equation 2, which is 2x plus 3 whole square plus 6 is what we are going to substitute. Instead of equation 1, we will be using equation 2. So this will be 2x plus 3 whole square plus 6. Now, but what is this? As we have understood from equation 2, we have understood that this is equal to y. Now, in the function g, wherever we have y, we will be substituting this whole term for y. So, let us write that. This is substituting in equation 4 for y. So, for wherever we have y, we will be substituting this whole term. So, under the root, it is in place of y, we will be writing 2x plus 3 whole square plus 6. This whole term we will be writing. Now we'll continue with the original expression, which is minus 6. Now outside the root, minus 3 whole divided by 2. 6 and minus 6 gets cancelled, and we'll be left with under the root 2x plus 3 whole square minus 3 whole divided by 2. So this is whole square under the root, which will be 2x plus 3 minus 3 whole divided by 2. Again 3 gets cancelled, and what we get is 2x by 2, which is x. G circle f of x is x. That is, we started with the domain element x, and after two mappings, we got back the same domain element. So this is an identity function. So when it is an identity function, this is equal to x. That means it belongs to the domain set of the function f. So domain set of the function f is n. So it is in. I am calling this as equation 5. We have done the first part of the sum where we are checking the invertibility of the function. Now we have to check f circle g. F circle g of y. F of g of y. G of y, we have f of g of y is root of y minus 6 minus 3 whole divided by 2. This is g of y. From which equation? I am writing this from equation 4. We had defined the function g. From that I am writing this whole part. But what is this equal to? This is nothing but x. This is x from equation 3. Now the function f. What we will be doing is substituting for x. Where are we substituting? In which equation? We will be substituting in equation 2. That is, instead of considering the equation 1 for f of x, we are considering equation 2 for f of x. There is a square and we can get rid of this square root. This will be f of. So, wherever we have x, in place of x, we will be writing the whole term. So, it is 2x plus 3 whole square plus 6. So, I am writing 2. Only this x part I will write in pink. So, this x is under the root y minus 6 minus 3 whole divided by 2. 2x plus 3. 2x plus 3 whole square plus 6. Now we will be simplifying this. 2 and this 2 gets cancelled. This is outside the root. 2 already got cancelled. So I can also cancel this plus 3 and minus 3, which will result in root of y minus 6 whole square plus 6. This will be y minus 6 plus 6, which gets cancelled, and that happens to be y, which will be f of g of y. Now we started with the domain element of the function g, that is y, and after 2 mapping we got back the element y. So this is identity. This is is, because the domain set of the function g is set S. Again call this as equation 6. So from equation 5 and 6, f circle g is identity function and g circle f is also identity function. Both are identity functions. This implies function f is invertible. Since f is both on 1 and on 2, it is bijective, so it is invertible. So we can conclude that f inverse is nothing but the function g itself. But what is function g? Which is root of y minus 6 minus 3 whole divided by 2. This is the function. If you write this much, you will easily be given 5 complete marks. So let us check the next example. Now, this is function f from r plus to minus 5 to infinity. Given function like this, we have to show that the function f is invertible. That is, with the inverse of a function being this. So, let me call this set as set A. So, f is a function from r plus to set A. Let y be f of x. So, f of x is equal to y is equal to the given function. Now, I am calling this as equation 1. Now, we have to complete the square. Since the given equation is a quadratic equation, we won't be able to express x in terms of y. So, for that, let us complete the square, 3x whole square plus. Now, this I have written 9x square as 3x whole square. This will be 2 into 3x. So, this will be 1. I will write this as my plus 1 minus 1 minus 5. Now, if you group these three terms, it is 3x plus 1 whole square minus 6. F of x is equal to y. This is equation 2. So, henceforth, whenever I have to consider the function f, instead of considering the equation 1, I will be considering equation 2. Both are same equations, but the second equation, the form is changed after completing the square. So, now let us simplify this for x, which will be y plus 6 equal to 3x plus 1 whole square. So, 3x plus 1 is equal to y plus 6 under the root, but this has to be plus or minus. 3x is equal to plus or minus y plus 6 minus 1. X will be plus or minus under the root y plus 6 minus 1 whole divided by 3. Now, if you can see that x is a domain element of the function f, which is this positive set of real numbers. So, x cannot be negative. We cannot consider this negative sign. X will be plus root of y plus 6 minus 1 whole divided by 3. I will call this as equation 3. Now, since we have expressed x in terms of y, can easily define a function. Let us define the function g from a to positive set of real numbers, a to r plus, such that g of y is equal to root of y plus 6 minus 1 whole divided by 3, and I am calling this as equation 4. Now we have defined a function g. Now we have to find out f circle g and g circle f and find out that whether they are identity functions. If first we will find g circle f, which is g of f of x. So g of, I told you for f of x I will be writing equation 2, not equation 1. So I am considering this equation. So for f of x we will be writing it as 3x plus 1 whole square minus 6. From equation 2 we could write this. Now, what is this equal to? This is nothing but y. This term inside the bracket is nothing but y from equation 2. So, this whole value of y, we will be substituting in equation 4 in place of y. So, let us write this as substituting for y in equation 4. So, this will be under the root. Only this y part, I am writing it in pink color, 3 into 3x plus 1 whole square minus 6. Now, as in the equation, it is minus 6. As for the function, it is whole divided by 3. This is minus 6 and plus 6 gets cancelled. This is equal to root of 3x plus 1 whole square under this root minus 1 whole divided by 3. This will be 3x plus 1 minus 1 whole divided by 3. Plus 1 minus 1 gets cancelled. This is 3x by 3, which is equal to x. So what did we get? G circle f of x. We got this as x. We started with the domain element x. F mapping happened and again G mapping happened and we got back the same element x. So this is an identity function. So the domain element of f is r plus. Let me call this as equation 5. Now we have to check f circle g. F of g of y. So let us write g of y. So if you write g of y, root of y plus 6 minus 1 whole divided by 3. How did we get this? This from equation 4. This is what is we defined for g of y to be. Now this whole thing has to be substituted in equation 2, which is f of x, the highlighted one. So this will be, now let us check g circle f. G circle f is g of f of x. So g of f of x, I will be writing it from equation 2. As I told you, it is 3x plus 1 whole square minus 6. This is from equation 2. But what is this equal to from equation 2? This is nothing but y. So, for the function g, wherever we have y, we will be writing this whole term. Substituting for y in equation 4. Now, this will be under the root. Wherever we have y, we will be writing this whole term, which will be 3x plus 1 whole square minus 6. Now, we have 1 plus 6 under the root. That also should be written. So, this is plus 6 minus 1 whole divided by 3. Now, plus 6 and minus 6 gets cancelled. This is root of 3x plus 1 whole square minus 1 whole divided by 3. This will be 3x plus 1 minus 1 whole divided by 3. Again, 1 gets cancelled. This will be 3x by 3. So, this is x. G circle f of x is x. We started with domain element x. After f mapping and g mapping, we got back the same element x. So, this is an identity function. This g circle f is an identity function. This is r plus. Let me call this as equation 5. Now, we have to find f circle g, which will be f of g of y. So, let us write for g of y. What is g of y? Root of y plus 6 minus 1 whole divided by 3. How did we write this? We could write this from equation 4. We have substituted for g of y. Now, this is from equation 3, this is x. So, substituting for x in equation 2. Why in equation 2? Substituting in equation 2 instead of equation 1 because we have made a perfect square here. Simplification will be easier. So this will be, this whole x part we will write in place of x, which is root of y plus 6 minus 1 whole divided by 3 plus 1, this whole square. This what we wrote now in pink color is nothing but this is x. minus 6 and whole square. 3 and 3 gets cancelled, which will be root of y plus 6 minus 1 plus 1 inside the square minus 6. Again minus 1 and plus 1 gets cancelled and whole square. This will become y plus 6 minus 6. This 6 minus 6 gets cancelled, which will be y. So we got f circle g of y to be y, which is again an identity function. We started with y, g mapping happened and then f mapping happened and we got back the domain element y. So this is nothing but a, an identity function. If I call this as equation 6, from equation 5 and 6, f circle g is an identity function and g circle f is also an identity function. This implies function f is invertible. That is, function f is both 1, 1 and 1, 2. That is bijective. So an inverse exists for the function f, which is nothing but the function g. What is function g? Root of y plus 6 minus 1 whole divided by 3. This is what we had to show. We had to show that the function f is invertible. The inverse of the function is this. When we have proved this condition, this shows that the function is invertible. Dear students, if you have any doubt, comment and let me know.